Diane in Denmark here, rah, 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 and we are back with more Christmas prep, holiday prep, whatever you're planning, whichever event you're planning or celebration. I've got the next 5 missions for you. Let me just put down my poems. I hope you're finding well this morning. Really breezy and blustery here in Copenhagen this morning, and I was down from a skinny dip first thing this morning. Still got kind of cold fingers and toes. I'm a winter bather, which means that I swim naked, yes, naked, in the sea all year long. And this morning there were big waves, so if I'm looking a wee bit fluffy, that is why. Anyway, I've got a cup of tea. If you are following this event prep, maybe you want to grab a cup of tea or coffee, maybe your notebook. If you missed the beginning of this series, I'll put the link up there. The Flylady has a printable for this. You can print it out, you can print out the pages that you need. You can just jot down some notes, whatever works for you. You know, I know some of you like to keep everything online. I like to have a pen and paper, and this is my holiday control journal, as it's called. I use it for Christmas, and my one I started October 2006, so there you go. My one has expanded over the years. Anyway, I'm going to give you the next 5 missions. The Flylady posts 5 missions per week, Monday to Friday. I've made videos in previous years where I give you them individually, but this year I'm doing them, 5 at one time. Take what you need of the missions and do those. Anything that you don't need, just march on right by. The main thing is that you know that it really helps to take the stress out of planning whatever it is. It keeps it nice and cozy, hoogly, got the candles going, cup of tea, cup of coffee, and it just makes it much simpler. I'll be talking a lot about what I'm doing here for prepping for Christmas, but remember, you can use this for planning. Maybe you're turning 60 this year and hosting a huge party home. Maybe you're celebrating Hanukkah, Ramadan. You can use these missions for the same thing. So anyway, let's eyes down for a full house. And they follow the Flylady's basic weekly plan. So number 11, we're on to mission number 11. Mondays in Flylady land is weekly home blessing day. Remember, you can do it on any day you like. But the mission number 11 is when you're doing your cleaning this week, whether you do a power hour or whether you split up over the week, that you kind of take a step back and look at your house as if you're a stranger coming in. What would they see? Would they see piles of laundry needing to be folded on the sofa? Would they see lots of boxes at the entryway? Just think about that. Take a bag with you or a box when you're walking around your house doing your cleaning and say, can I donate this item? Is it something that needs to go into the recycling? Is it something that needs to be put away in another room? So that's mission 11 for you. And, just think about that all the time. Are there things out of place? Can you just do a poopa, as we call it, P-U-P-A? A poopa is pick up and put away. Just a few minutes at the end of the day really keeps the decks clear. Okay, on to mission number 12, which is usually posted on a Tuesday. Tuesday in Flylady land is plan and play day, where we're kind of looking ahead to see what's coming up and doing a wee bit of planning for it, and also planning some play or doing some play. The Flylady had talked before about whether you are travelling to your celebration or whether you've got people coming into the house. If you're travelling, have you got your flights booked? Yes, I've booked our flights for going to Edinburgh. Maybe you need to hire a car, maybe you need train tickets, passports, all those little things. Think about those. If you've got people who are coming to visit you, what about the guest bedroom? Do you need to borrow an inflatable mattress? Just think about all those things. You don't need to plan it, you don't need to execute it all today, but get that written down in your planner to take action on it. And for me, I like to plan a bit of self-care, a bit of play. So I have already arranged to meet friends in November and December, and we've got fairly traditional things that we do. I meet up with one friend and we go and see the Christmas decorations at Royal Copenhagen. That's one thing, and then we have lunch together. So that's a little tradition that I have. I also have a craft afternoon when I get together with my besties. I've filmed that before. It's up on my recipes and crafts playlist. So think about, you know, plan some nice time for you. And remember, when you're doing this planning, get yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea and, you know, make it a nice little hygge moment. Hygge, as we call it in Danish. On to mission number 13. Mission number 13 is published on Wednesday. Wednesday in Flylady Land is Anti-Procrastination Day. Getting those tasks done that we think are going to take a lot of time, or we don't want to do it. Just things that we've kind of been humming and hawing on. Flylady suggests if you are ordering gifts, get those mail orders done and finished. Because you know what happens, you know, we think, oh yeah, I'll maybe buy that, and you put it in your little cart or whatever, and then you kind of forget about it, and then suddenly, at least for, you know, it'll be Christmas, and then you're having to run out to the shops, spend more money on the gift, stand in a queue behind 100 other people. So try and get that done. So my anti-procrastination task for this week is to really get on with that photo book that we're going to do for my mum. You know, with photos of the kids and me and my husband, and you know, our trip to Tokyo this year. So that's on my list for Anti-Procrastination Day. Oh, and also if you're doing things like maybe you're making gifts this year, are you knitting socks, are you baking? Have a wee think about that. Mission number 14 on Thursday is Flylady Land is errand day. Remember, it doesn't need to be errand day for you on a Thursday. You can make it any day you like. But think about anything that you can buy for your event, for your celebration, non-perishable items that you can get right here, right now. You know, is it light bulbs? Do you need to get some extra batteries? You know, will the kids be getting some battery operated toys? Sellotape, wrapping paper if you're needing to wrap gifts. I always like to get extra coffee, make sure we've got plenty of coffee, toilet roll, kitchen roll, and I like to shop by zone. This week we are in Flylady Zone 2, which is the kitchen, so I think about any kind of edible things. As I said, kitchen roll, maybe washing up liquid, you know, any of those kind of things. So get those down on your list. Oh, and other thing that I've already done is stocking up with medicine. If you need medications for you and the family, maybe you want to, you know, stock up on those, because the weather here is also turning, and you maybe don't want to be going out there in the snow and the ice. So that I've already done that. And the last mission for this week, number 15, which fits in. Well, actually, no, it doesn't fit in with the Flylady thing. This is the only one that fits in with the old Flylady system, which used to be Desti, but Marla changed it. Flylady mission number 15 is to think about your budget. And I know we say this every time, oh no, we don't want to think about the cost. We've really got to think about the cost of things. Don't put your head in the sand and ignore it. Let's keep it simple. You know, I always say, KISS, keep it simple, sweetie. You know, if you're having people for Thanksgiving, instead of you making everything, can you make sure that somebody else brings some food, or you know, brings the wine or whatever? Just let's keep it very, very simple. And you may want to write down in your planner how much you want to spend on gifts, how much you're going to spend per person. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that sometimes it's nice just to give like a token gift, a clutter-free gift, something that's edible, maybe coffee, some, I don't know, sugar-free cookies, or whatever it is, instead of having to buy more and more gifts, because you know we've all got plenty. And on that note, I'll show you what I've got. I picked up for my nephew's kids. We just give them a token gift, and they always enjoy sweets from Scandinavia. So we always give them bilar. Bilar means cars, and these are little sweets shaped like cars. And the other thing that they love is plop chocolate. Yes, it's called plop. This is Swedish chocolate. So we always, when we're going over to Edinburgh, we just take some sweets for them. So you know, it doesn't have to be huge gifts. You know, you can also give a gift voucher. I've got a whole list of your best clutter-free gifts. I'll put the link up there. You can go and take a look. There were tons of ideas. And what else? Oh yeah, so my Christmas prep is going really well. My brother has booked a restaurant for us to go to dinner when we're over in Edinburgh, so that's done. Oh, and another news, I was telling you last week that I had reserved books from the library, Christmas reading. Those have started turning up at the library, so I'm really pleased with that. And I've got something, let me just, hold on, let me just grab something. Yeah, on the subject of books, Christmas books, and I'll make a video and tell you what I like reading. I've got some cozy crimes and some nice cookbooks that I always like to read at Christmas. Some of the books that I had ordered for the family as gifts, they've come in, so I'm going to be wrapping those. I need to get those wrapped. And also on the subject of books, if you saw the videos that Vibeke, my bestie Vibeke and I have made with some simple Danish crafts, the link is on that playlist for recipes and crafts. She had made a book which was folded, an old book which would have been decluttered, which was folded into a Christmas tree, and I've come up with a simpler version. So I'm going to finish that off, and I will also be making a wee video about that, a very simple Christmas craft for you or the kids to do. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to finish my cup of tea, have a wee look at my notebook and see what's what. And remember, we're in kitchen zone this week if you're working in the Flylady Zone system for your cleaning. This is something I picked up at a Swedish charity shop about 2 weeks ago, and I'm not planning to use it. It's a very big spoon, looks like something out of Game of Thrones. But this is a traditional one that we have in Scandinavia, and certainly in Denmark and Norway, for rice pudding. But I've got one of these that I bought, was it last year, the year before that, at a craft fair, also a second-hand thing. And I've got two, and what I like to do with these is hang them up in the kitchen at Christmas. So I'm thinking ahead to my Christmas decorating. So anyway, I'll let you get on your ho-ho-ho merry way. And all I've got left to say to you is give you a wee rah-rah-rah. Hope you enjoy your Christmas planning, or whatever you're planning. Maybe you're watching these videos in the month of April and planning a baby shower. But anyway, just know that, you know, keep it hygge. Just break it up into small manageable chunks, and all will be well, and I hope you really enjoy your event. So anyway, live long and prosper, may the Danish hygge be with you, and I will be checking with you again on YouTube with normal stuff, and otherwise I'll see you next week for the next 5 missions. Okay, live long and prosper.